You've got two choices. Either lock in or stay average forever, because most people say they want a better life, but they just want the same life with less pain. So listen carefully, because this is where this is where you lie to yourself. You say you want more money, but your habits and your routines still scream comfort. You say you want confidence, but you're still moving like a man that's embarrassed of himself. You say you want peace, inner peace, happiness, but your entire life is filled full of noise, distraction, stimulation, dopamine, chaos and doom scrolling. Then you wonder why nothing changes. Brother, your life reflects what you tolerate daily. Not about what you post online, not about what you plan to do, not what you say that you're capable of, what you tolerate. And most men tolerate way too much. Weak body, weak boundaries, weak relationships, weak discipline. And then they try to build confidence and amazing feelings and amazing life on top of that. It's impossible. That's why alignment matters so much. Body, mind, money, all moving powerfully in the same direction, because when they're out of alignment, you feel it instantly. You wake up tired, your head feels noisy and your confidence drops. Then you start procrastinating more and you start wanting to try to escape your own life. And that's why some men look like they're okay on paper, but they actually feel dead inside. Good job on paper, money in the bank, maybe even a relationship with a woman that they love, but they still feel disappointed in themselves on the inside, because deep down they know this isn't the man I'm capable of being. And that feeling eats people alive quietly. And most people just numb it. You numb it instead of confronting it. More scrolling, more drugs, more alcohol, more excuses. Another Monday morning routine. Anything except sitting alone long enough with the truth to admit to yourself that your life needs rebuilding. Not from scratch, but your standards. That's why locking in fully changes everything. Not this fake hustle culture you see online. Not pretending to be an alpha dog, big dog online. I'm talking about real alignment. Upgrade your appearance. And no, it's not about vanity, because your appearance affects your psychology. When you're out of shape, inflamed, sluggish and disconnected from your body, it leaks into every other area of your life, because your energy will start to change. Then your posture changes. Then your standards change. And then people feel it. And then you feel it. And then you feel how other people are treating you. And it's a downward spiral. Because keeping promises to yourself changes your identity, but so does not keeping promises to yourself. A man who trains consistently carries himself differently, because he's got that self-belief, negotiates less, complains less, just gets the job done. With discipline in the body bleeds into discipline everywhere else. So now let's talk about becoming harder to reach, because you're too available, too reactive, too desperate for attention and validation, and too easy to access for every man and his dog. Every notification controls you. Every message and notification gets instant energy and a response. Then you wonder why you feel mentally scattered all the time. But brother, your attention is literally your life force. You've got to protect it at all costs. It doesn't mean you need to never reply to anybody, but you also don't need to reply to everybody instantly. And you definitely don't need to explain yourself constantly. You do not need to stay connected to people who are just draining your energy, just for the simple reason you've known them for years. Half the stress in your life is coming from the fact that you've got weak boundaries. That's the truth. You keep entertaining people who remind you of your old self, old habits, old conversations, old standards. And every time you go backwards mentally, you start to delay your own future again. Because cutting people off isn't toxic, like some people say it is. Sometimes it's absolutely necessary, especially when you're trying to build a life that's different and become somebody that's different. Some people around you benefit from you playing small, because your growth would make them uncomfortable. Your discipline would expose their excuses. Your ambition would force them to question themselves. So they subtly try and pull you back down. And it's not even always intentionally, but it happens bit by bit. That's why being able to enjoy time alone is more powerful. You're so terrified of being alone because the silence starts to expose them thoughts in your head you've been running away from. When you sit alone without all the distractions, you start to meet your true self. That's where the truth lives, not in the nightclub, not in the group chat, definitely not down the pub. When you're alone with your thoughts, that's where discipline's built. And that's where this vision for your best life will be built. Some of the biggest breakthroughs in my life happened when I stopped needing constant validation, noise, company and stimulation. Because once I stopped running from myself, I could finally start to build myself and think about what I wanted to build. And this is what changes your money as well. Because you think that money problems are only about financials, but that's wrong. Money problems are nearly always identity problems first. Inconsistent man, inconsistent income. Undisciplined man, undisciplined income. Emotional man, emotional with your spending. So when your body's weak, your mind's chaotic, obviously your money's going to suffer too, because you've stopped executing consistently. You stopped thinking long term, and you started to choose comfort over compounding. And that's why aligned men make so much more money and become magnetic for it. Not because the universe magically rewards them, but because they become more effective humans, sharper focus, more execution, more resilience, and that compounds financially over years. And people start to treat you differently when you're aligned too. That's the part that's so real, whether you like to admit it or not, because when your body's sharp, your mind's calm, and your money's moving properly, you respect yourself differently, and other people respect you differently. You walk differently, you speak differently, you talk differently, your energy changes, and opportunities start to become magnetized to you because you've become magnetic. But understand this clearly, alignment's not always comfortable. That's why most men never reach it, because it requires you being honest, painfully honest. You have to actually admit to yourself that you're distracted, you're inconsistent, you're addicted to comfort. You just keep abandoning yourself, even though it's the things that matters. That's the real issue here. Not lack of information, because you already know exactly what to do. Train properly, sleep properly, stop escaping yourself, handle your finances, protect your attention, and execute consistently long enough for it to compound. Instead, you keep on living half disciplined, half focused, and half committed. And a half committed builds a half enjoyable life. That's the danger. You start slowly becoming average without even noticing, until you look around and think, where did it all go wrong? That's why I push this alignment message so hard, because I know what happens when a man fully locks in. I've seen it in my own life, and I've seen it in my clients' lives. Life changes fast, not overnight, but fast enough to shock you. Your confidence will come back, then momentum starts to build, then your energy's through the roof, then you start feeling alive, and suddenly life stops feeling heavy all the time. You stop just surviving and start moving with some real intent again. That's exactly what I want for you. Not fake motivation that you'll get online, not hype, but real life alignment across body, mind, money, all moving in the same direction together. Because once that happens, life genuinely feels different, and deep down, you already know that. So if this video's hit you, which it must have done because you've clicked on it and you've got this far into it, it's because part of you is tired of all those same old excuses, and that's good, because you should be. Now it's time to do something about it. So if this video is hitting harder than expected, click the link in the description and go and do the alignment audit. It will take you less than 10 minutes and it's free. It'll show you exactly where you're at across body, mind, money, and give you some steps to get moving forward and building some momentum in the right direction again. And if you get your results back from that and you want to go a little bit deeper with it, book a power hour breakthrough call with me, where we'll go deep, one-to-one, show you exactly what's holding you back and what you need to do to get moving forward. Or you can keep on living how you have been living and watching videos like this on YouTube saying that one day it's all going to change. But nothing starts to change until you decide to make a change. Sounded like Michael Jackson there. But I'll see you in the next video. But don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to go and do the alignment audit. Like I said, it'll take less than 10 minutes. It's free.